Manchester United 3, Sheriff 0. There you have it, guys. It was a good performance. It was a good performance. We are balling out, fully balling out. Ten Hag ball in motion. What a dominant performance by Manchester United. Even though you can argue the opposition isn't the best, but we are seeing in a very short space of time what a good footballing side looks like. We have a lot to talk about, so much to get into, guys. We're going to talk about Ronaldo. Yes, he is back from his suspension or his disciplinary, whatever you want to call it. And he has scored today. We're going to talk about Maguire. He's back. Maguire's back. He was on the pitch. Garnacho made his Europa League debut. What do you guys think of his performance? We're going to talk about his performance. Rashford scoring. So much to talk about today. So much. If you're not... Before we get into it, as usual, guys, smash the like, turn on the notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do it. Subscribe to the channel. Why not? You know, this is a decent channel. I've just started it. I'm basically going to deliver a post-match review, post-match analysis of every Man United game. We're going to hopefully grow the channel, hopefully bring people on the channel and start having more conversations and more debates. Everyone has to start somewhere, hey? So, yeah, guys. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, straight into it. Do you know what? The first thing I noticed when I was watching the game is that United are now playing with one DM rather than two DMs. And the games like this, where we are having more possession of the ball, and we're going to monopolize possession more than the opposition, we are only playing with Casemiro as a DM, and I'm noticing that both Bruno and Eriksen, who started today, were pushing up. And I've always wondered why we play with two holding midfielders. Because Man City played with one holding midfielder and two box-to-box. Liverpool played the same, really. And in fact, when I think about it, most of the top teams play with one DM. And I've always said that if Man United want, in my opinion, want to start challenging and emulating the top teams, I think we need to get into a position or a place where we're really playing with one DM and perhaps two box-to-box. I don't like, if we don't have a number 10, and as good as Bruno might be, he's not, for me, a number 10. He's a box-to-box. He's a number 8. And so is Eriksen. So it just makes sense that you play one DM with Bruno and Eriksen as number 8. And today it worked. I know the first 4 minutes, you know, we started passing, we started probing. Garnacho played, you know, started ticking. He started playing well. I noticed that he was going at his man, which is really good to see. I think the kid had a good debut today. You can only be proud and be happy about it. He was brave. He was brave and he was confident. But we're going to talk about Garnacho a bit more. But yeah, I noticed that we started in with that shape, and I'm happy. I'm happy we're using that shape. I don't like the two holding midfielders. I don't like. There's no need, and if we're going to monopolize position and camp in the opposition's half, you might as well, right? So, yeah. So let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game as I saw it, as I remember. I think we started off well around the 13th minute. Perhaps Malacia had a cross to Ronaldo, who headed over the bar, and I thought Malacia, for the first 15-20 minutes, he looked for Ronaldo a lot. He kept trying to find him, and I noticed that. I mean, we just kept probing, and Sheriff had 11 men basically behind the ball all the time. So it was going to be one of those games where we had to just be patient, take our time, and pick the right passes. Pick the right passes at the right time. Decision making had to be key today. And Martinez, he put a few balls into the box. He did, from left to right. And at the same time, Lindelof on the other side put a few balls into the box, right to left. And we kept doing that throughout the first half, I noticed as well. But to no success. And I also remember, I think around the 30th minute or something, Lindelof played a ball, the same ball, on the right-hand side, right to left, into the box, to Bruno. Bruno headed across goal to Ronaldo. And at the time, I thought, Ronaldo, how the hell have you missed that, you idiot? But the defender, oh my gosh, great defending. What? But we just kept probing. Anthony did his party trick, his little, ring around a rosy, whatever you want to call it. What is it? Merry-go-round. I don't know. What do you call it? Round the clock. I don't know. But he did his party trick. And, I think I love that about football. I like to see players do things like that. I think football is an entertainment business, first and foremost. I pay you because we the fans want to be entertained, and skills is part of football. For me, skills is probably the best part of football. You want to see somebody not make a guy. And I know he didn't beat a player or anything, but I guess the reason why I'm talking about it is because of Robbie Savage's response to it. The way that the guy responded to Anthony doing a bit of skill, and yeah, he lost the ball afterwards, but the way he was so angry about it, I'm thinking, why does that garner such a response from you, man? Why are you so mad about it? Like, you can comment on it and say, oh, piece of skill by Anthony, then he loses the ball. And then that's it. But the way he was like, I would have taken him off, I would have dragged him off, I would have been fuming. And I'm thinking, listen, technically speaking, all that happened is that a guy had the ball, he did the skill for like literally 0.5 seconds. And then he passed the ball and the pass failed, just like any other player. Sometimes you lose the ball. He lost the ball. But just because he lost the ball after the skill, that's the thing. Because you can lose the ball. You lose the ball loads of times during the game. Every player loses the ball. That's fine. But it's because he did the skill and then he lost the ball. That's what makes you angry. And I don't like the way, and I don't want to sound biased or anything, but I'm going to be real with you lot. I don't like the way the British see football. I like the way the Spanish see football or the Italians see football, but it's not about the aesthetics. It's not about how it looks. It's just about scoring and winning at all costs. That type of football is why England don't win World Cups, and because they don't care about how. They don't care about how. It's just make sure you win. That's why it's like 4-4-2. Two big, strong strikers. Wingers cross the ball. No, Spain came with the flair, and Holland and all these other countries came with their different styles. And they went techie with it. And they studied the game. And they became scientific with it as well. And now we're playing catch up. We've got all the foreign managers, all the best foreign managers over here in this league. So this league can look good. We just need to play, catch up, man. And all I'm saying, let Anthony do his skill. Let man do his skill. And shut up. Shut up, man. Shut up. Flipping neck with just one skill. If man was doing it all the time and losing the ball, then man will start. Then he can start cussing, Anyway, but that's fine. In the 44th minute, we scored. Finally, Ericsson corner and Dalot header. Great goal. The pace of the cross, the curl, the whip on the cross from Ericsson, perfect. All Dalot had to do was glance the header. Great goal. I thought to myself, if that was Ronaldo, he probably would have missed. Ronaldo was just not having a good time of it. He just can't put the ball into the net. I don't know. It's just his confidence has just been, Is it? Can it be a confidence thing? A player like that? I don't know. But yeah. So that was the first half. 1-0, more than deserved. So the second half, we had Maguire on for Martinez, and we had Rashford coming on for Anthony. And we had a change in formation as well. We had Bruno going off onto the right, and we had, of course, Rashford, I guess, playing number 10. Well, attempting to play number 10. And that's how we started the game. With Maguire playing was good. Do you know what? I don't hate Maguire. I don't hate the person, And if Maguire starts playing well, good for him. It's only good for Man United. I'm not on this whole agenda and bias thing. So Maguire coming on and playing in a team that is monopolising possession. That I'm probably sure we had at least 60% possession by the end of the game. Playing on the halfway line, they're not really threatening behind. Yeah, bring him on. Let's see what you can do. Let's build his confidence up, because at the end of the day, we're going to need the players this season. The season's only just beginning, and they're going to go to international tournaments and come back, and they might be injured and whatnot. So, yeah, bring on Maguire. I thought it was a good thing to do. Protect Martinez. We need Martinez. My gosh, Martinez is such a baller. I don't want to go overboard here, but I think Martinez is very soon he's going to be one of the best defenders in the league, if not already. And this is what I'm talking about when I say British and the way they see football. As soon as we signed him, every newspaper, oh my gosh, he's too small. He's too small to play in the Premier League. That's like, it's so narrow the way they see football. It's like, because crosses in the box and Haaland and he's too small, he's too weak. I'm like, mate, Pep Guardiola and even Arsene Wenger and even Fergie to a certain extent have all shown you that football, it keeps evolving and football is played in different ways, and it's about the technical ability of the footballer now. If you can play with the ball, if you can play up here as well, forget about your height. These guys just want to speak just for speaking's sake. Come on. So yeah, protect Martinez. Cool, that's fine. But yeah, the second half was actually quite a good second half. We totally dominated the game. 58th minute, I think Ronaldo, there was a chance by Ronaldo who missed. I think he got the ball near the D. Then he cut in on his right, and the whole goal opened up for him. And he just curled it over the bar. And I thought to myself, this is the goat. This is not the goat. This is the sheep. This is not. What is this? Because he must be getting inside his own head. That's what I'm saying. This guy must be in his own head. His brain's defeating him at this point. Surely. And then when our second goal goes in, when Shaw crosses the ball to Rashford and then Rashford scores a header, and that header was a good header. Like, I'll criticise Rashford, and I do criticise him a lot with his finishing. And usually you don't even associate headers with Rashford anyway. So you have to give him a bit of credit for that. And yeah, he got a lot of power into that header. So you just got to give man credit and give credit where credit is due. Donny came on for, I think, is it Garnacho? Yes, Garnacho, standing ovation. Garnacho had a good game today. What impressed me about Garnacho, like I said before, is his bravery, his confidence. He's like a mixture of Dan James and Sancho. I don't know. He's got... The thing about Garnacho, you can tell that his IQ just needs a bit of work. His decision making needs a bit of work. He's still young. So all of those things can come. As I said before, there are a few times where Malacia offered himself on the left, and I think he should have used him more than he did. So there's a few things he needs to learn. But he's he can go in, he can go left, he can go right. He seems sound technically. He can dribble with the ball. He's got good speed. He's got good acceleration as well. So yeah, he should be ahead of Elanga. He should be at least ahead of Elanga. So good debut, good debut from the kid. No complaints. Let's see. Let's not get excited and start calling him all these things. And I know I try to compare him to Dan James. I think he's better than Dan James. You know, it's very early days, but I think he looks more technically sound than Dan James. But you know, Dan James did that thing where he just cut in on the right and he did that little Mr. Whippy, like whoop, into the top corner. He did it a few times, you know, Dan James. But yeah. But yes, I think in the second half, Ronaldo, 80th minute, finally he scores. Finally, the guy scores. It was a cross. I can't remember who crossed it, but I think he headed it. Goalkeeper saved it, and then he smashed in the rebound. He finally scored, and he shamelessly celebrated. But, you know, he scored, and it means a lot. You can tell he's been trying. But I just wish, because Ronaldo's at 38 now. He's getting old. So, Ronaldo, I wish he didn't always need to cry all the time and just boot the ball away. And I wish you weren't so petulant. You know, you're approaching 40. You still play football the same. Some people say that's a good thing, but I'm like, do you know what? You're a bit old, bro. Come on, don't be so petulant, man. Don't just kick the ball in it. I know you're annoyed, but chill. But yeah, I'm glad. At the end of the day, I think Ronaldo should leave the club. I think we should have let him leave. It's the Glazers. I don't know why the Glazers didn't let him leave. We know how the clubs run. We don't want to get into how the clubs run this video. But he's here, and we need to get the most out of him. We need to get the most out of him while he is here. He needs to start scoring. So hopefully, this will give him confidence to start playing better. Because even though, for me, Ronaldo's done, I'd still think he's better than what he's actually showing right now. I do. So hopefully that will give him the confidence to start finishing his food, start scoring and start missing these easy chances and helping the team out, and then we can go on a run. Of course, the World Cup's in a few weeks, so I don't know about the run. But when we come back, who knows? We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen in January when it comes to Ronaldo. But as long as we get another striker in, we don't want to handicap ourselves by letting Ronaldo leave and not bring anyone in. That's just crazy. If we can get someone in, then let Ronaldo leave. So yeah, good performance. I noticed that another thing I noticed is that a lot of the outside to inside runs that the Mo Salah and the Manes would make, right? Those outside to inside runs that wingers or forward players make. We were doing a lot of those runs. Bruno kept doing it. Ronaldo did it a few times. Garnacho did it. But we just weren't spotting those runs, or we weren't releasing the ball quick enough. And I kept thinking, we need somebody with the speed of thought, imagination, just to spot those runs quicker. Because Bruno, you know, he tries it, but you know, sometimes he's just a split second too late. But when Donny came on, he provided just that. And I think under Ten Hag and the way that we're playing right now, I think Donny can be that spark, because a lot of times we are just missing a bit of creativity. We're missing a bit of imagination. You know, sometimes scoop the ball over somebody's head Sometimes just put a ball through someone's legs or drop a shoulder and then go the other way. We're missing someone whose brain just works 100 miles an hour. He's just quick, and who understands space. Who doesn't occupy space just for himself, but chooses to occupy space for other people. Donny can be that guy. He can be that guy because we've seen what he's like in an Ajax system. And Ten Hag can create something better here. He's got the resources for it. He has the resources. We have more money than Ajax. We spend more money than Ajax. So it can be done. So Donny's back. And I just hope that it means that we can see more of him. We can rotate our midfielders, because we have been rotating our midfielders. And that's one thing that is good this year. Everyone is playing. He's right. He said everyone will play and everyone is playing. Garnacho got a game today. What can you say? So good performance by the guys. Don't let anyone say nothing to you. Oh, it's Sheriff. Why is everyone getting excited? Get excited because of the way that we're playing football. Like, we're playing football in a sustainable way. And I always try to tell my people this. I need to see sustainability in the way you play football. I.e., you're going to play this way all the time and it's sustainable, and you can't easily just stop it because it's just so systematic. And every game you're going to play that way and keep winning. If I see sustainability in the way you play football, then yeah, you're going to be champions. Man City, they play football in a sustainable way. You can't counter-attack all day long. That's not sustainable. You're going to need to know how to unlock low blocks, penetrate low blocks. You're going to need to know how to do it. So we're starting to develop a sustainable way of playing football. That's basically what I'm saying. And it's good to see. And if you told me that this guy, Ten Hag, would be having us, and I'm not saying we're the best footballing team in the world and all these things, but he doesn't even have all of his players yet. He doesn't. You're going to be surprised who he doesn't like and who he still likes next summer. I'm telling you guys. But he's already, in a very short space of time, transformed the way we play. And that is impressive. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Next game, guys. Let's go. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Be blessed. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace. If you're not